Look, let's just get right into it today. We have all seen this happen, and if we're being completely honest, it leaves every woman in the room scratching her head. A guy dates an absolute supermodel for 3 years. She looks like she stepped off a Parisian runway. Her Instagram feed is flawless, and whenever they walk into a room, every head turns. But the guy treats the relationship like a casual hobby. He hesitates to introduce her to his family, stalls on moving in together, and eventually, the whole thing fizzles out. Then, 6 months later, you find out he's engaged. But here's the kicker. The woman he's marrying isn't a runway model. She's completely ordinary looking. She's pretty, sure, but she's average. She wears messy buns, oversized sweaters, and doesn't spend 2 hours contouring her face before going to get bagels. Yet, this guy is suddenly looking at her like she holds the secrets to the universe. He couldn't run down the aisle fast enough. Why does this happen? If you ask the internet, the collective consensus usually screams, "Oh, he just realized he couldn't handle a high-maintenance woman, so he lowered his standards." I'm here to tell you, as a guy, that this is the exact opposite of the truth. He didn't lower his standards at all. He finally found a woman who raised his stakes. Welcome back to Brainy Facts, the channel where we dive deep into the unfiltered truth of relationship psychology. Today, we need to throw out a piece of tired dating advice you've probably heard 1,000 times. You've been told to be his peace, to be his quiet oasis away from a stressful world, or to make sure you never cause him a headache. Listen to me, men do not commit to a lifetime partnership just because a woman makes his life quiet. If we just wanted quiet, we wouldn't date at all. We'd stay single, order a pizza, and buy a gaming console. We don't commit because of how perfect your hair looks, and we don't commit just because you never argue with us. We commit because of a rare, deeply addictive psychological shift called identity alignment. Men don't chase beauty, they chase the feeling of who they become when they are around you. I call this the alchemist feeling, and by the time this video ends, you are going to know exactly how it works, the biology behind why men cannot live without it, and 3 practical ways to trigger it naturally without playing a single mind game. The psychology of the catalyst. To understand why men run away from beautiful women and run toward the right woman, we have to look at the difference between looking at someone and looking with someone. Visual beauty is a commodity. In the modern digital age, a man can open his phone and see 1,000 stunning faces before he's even finished his morning coffee. Physical attraction triggers a sudden spike of dopamine in a man's brain. It's a biological reflex. But here's the secret about dopamine. It has a remarkably short shelf life. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. It's a fancy way of saying that the human brain gets used to nice things incredibly fast. The breathtaking beauty that made a man's jaw drop on week 1 becomes his completely normal baseline by month 3. When a man is only drawn to you because of your looks, he is looking at you. It's passive consumerism. He's consuming your aesthetic the same way he'd look at a nice sports car. But sports cars are expensive to maintain, and eventually, the novelty of the engine sound wears off. The feeling a man actually chases causes him to stop looking at you and start looking in the same direction as you. This brings us to a brilliant concept in relationship science called self-expansion theory. Psychological research shows that humans have a fundamental drive to expand their identities, their capabilities, and their understanding of the world. When we enter a relationship, we don't just hold hands. We subconsciously absorb aspects of our partner's identity, their intellect, their standards, and their perspectives. As men, we are intensely addicted to the version of ourselves that comes alive when we are in your presence. If a man hangs out with you and notices that he becomes lazy, uninspired, or complacent, if your conversations revolve entirely around surface-level gossip, his biological drive will eventually override his physical attraction. He will think, "She's beautiful, but I feel stagnant when I'm with her." And the moment a man feels stagnant, his masculine instinct tells him to pull away. He doesn't want an exhibit to manage. He wants a catalyst who transforms his reality. Deconstructing the feeling, the alchemist effect.